Angel. All right.
This was
So
crazy.
yeah, this is very much like a primeval restless situation where we kind of wrap up the main story in the penultimate episode,
Good call,
and
yeah.
then the for the finale like sets up what's going to be going on next year.
Right.
Um, this one's written by David
Oh, I
Fury
mean Lindsay. Possible Lindsay appearance next episode.
and directed by Jefferson Kibbe.
Love it.
And
I fucking
it,
love that.
I
Kibby.
know. And this aired the night after April 30th, 2003. It's called Peace Out because
Peace
there's no
out.
more peace.
Kibby, that's kind of like your favorite iCarly character. Gibby.
Oh, yeah. Gibby.
Gibby. Kibby. Yeah, exactly. Peace out. Freaking crazy. We peaced out to Jasmine this week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking nuts.
Yeah. I always think of this as like similar to the Pylea arc, where like we like,
It was much longer. That
no,
was
it was
what,
about
three
the same.
episodes?
4 episodes.
Really?
Yeah. Like, so
Felt way longer.
in the season two, like the main storyline is like the Darla Drusilla. What was that face you made?
I don't think I was making any face.
Oh, okay. They're the Darla Drusilla storyline. And then we like wrap that up early and then we do the Pylea arc. That's the structure of that season. And I
Right.
feel like that's the same with this season. Like it's the Beast arc, and I know it's connected to Jasmine, but I always think of Jasmine as kind of its own thing.
I just thought it was longer than the Pylea stuff, but I guess not.
No, Pylea stuff runs from episode 19 to episode 22 of season two, and this runs from episode 18 to 21. It's exactly the same.
My bad. My bad.
Yeah. All right. L Dog, let's hear your notes on Peace Out.
First of all, she was a good guy. Is that what I know?
What?
Was Jasmine good?
She wanted to do good things, but she was also pretty chill about eating people. And
Right.
she wanted to be in charge of the whole world and not let people have free will. So, I mean, I think she was trying to do
She
good.
wanted to take the free will. That was her
Yeah.
thing. I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
She wanted everyone to like build her a fucking temple and shit.
But she
I
says like there's like a line where she's like no where is it? I mean, I wrote it down, but she's like the oh no war or borders or this isn't the exact line, but no war or borders or suffering, only love and understanding. And
Right, but it's that
that seemed all
she's
good to
going
me.
to achieve that by everyone coming together in worship of Jasmine.
Right. Well, you take what you can get. Someone's got to be in charge.
I don't know,
We have a
man.
president at all times.
I see the argument that Jasmine wants to do good because like ultimately her goal is world peace, but that's not in humanity's nature. I really don't judge the Angel Investigations crew for stopping her.
But it seemed like they thought she was doing worse than she was.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, it seemed like she was better than they thought. And then a fucking crazy ending, which we'll get
I
to.
thought they were very they got extra judgy of her just because she had maggots on her face.
Yeah,
They
but
judged the
Connor
book
didn't
by its
care.
cover.
Right.
No, Connor didn't care.
No, I loved that reveal that he had been seeing it the whole time. He just didn't care. Is that it? This episode? Get into it.
Yeah, yeah. Go.
Okay. Angel in PS2 land climbs Mount PS2. That was very exciting to me. And he meets this guy. Oh, I'm on the Buffy episodes IMDb. The High Priest, played by Robert Towers. That guy was cool. I liked him.
Sure,
He
he's all
died.
right.
He ended up getting killed, but I thought that he was pretty cool.
I think I forgot to look him up, so keep going. I might
Oh,
find something interesting.
we talk about that Scorpion guy from last episode. We're like, hey, Jasmine, like what was going on with that guy? And she's like, oh, I helped that guy's world, made it better for him. Now he loves me. We met a character this week, which I thought was going to be important, but then Jasmine died. So But Patience, I was like, oh, new character Patience. She keeps
Yeah,
telling. I thought the name was cool, and um, but didn't mean anything. She just dies.
the actor is Bonita Frederici, who she's been in tons of shit, but she was like Chuck's government contact on the show Chuck.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Apparently, Paranormal Activity 3.
really.
Yeah, I
Well,
don't.
I'm sure I clocked her in that at the time, but I don't
That's
remember.
really cool. I like that. Anyway, we. Oh yeah, there's Connor's reveal. He sees the worm face, but he says, "I was on Quartoth for like my whole adolescence. What do I give a shit about looks for?" And they're like, "All right, fair enough." Uh, but the high priest tells Angel basically, "You have to fight this guy. We call him the Keeper of the Name, and he's a big scary monster." Who played him? Anybody? No.
No.
Oh, the Keeper, Eric Betts. Maybe
Okay.
you know him. But we're like, hey, Connor, why do we call Jasmine the Devourer? What's that all about?
He's just
And
a stunt man.
oh, okay. There's a
Yeah.
stuntman on Survivor this season. David, the stuntman.
All right.
Uh, anyway, we're talking. Yeah, we're like, what's the Devourer all about? And then Connor's like, oh yeah, what is that? They moved Cordelia. Maybe she devoured Cordelia. I'm gonna go ask her about that. So he does, and she's like playing real coy, like, I gave them to people. Don't ask the people. You don't need to know who they are." But Connor goes out of his way. He finds out who they are. I loved this line. Best line of the
Oh,
episode.
the windpipe thing.
What's that?
Oh no, what line are you gonna say?
What's the windpipe thing?
He says, "Tell me, and I'll crush your windpipe."
Oh,
And
that
the
was
guy
awesome.
goes, "Don't you mean tell me, or I'll crush your windpipe?"
I did love that. But beforehand, when they say the Lakers broke up so they can worship Jasmine more,
Yeah, so they have more time to devote to
that
Jasmine.
was so funny. But
Uh,
yeah, I loved that. And he's like, "You mean or break my windpipe?" And he's like, "Just fucking tell me who it is,
yeah,
or tell me where her body is." And the keeper ends up killing that guy, the little high priest guy. R.I.P. to him. And we get to a church. I loved this shot of the church. Very cool. God is nowhere. Jasmine is the way. And then Connor walks in the church. That was all very well done, I thought.
God is nowhere is a reference to David Greenwald at this point, who had left Angel after the third season, had gone and created a new show called Miracles with Skeet Ulrich that
Oh,
got canceled after like 6 episodes or something.
hmm.
But that was like a whole motif on that show. God is nowhere. So that was a shout out to David Greenwald.
That's cool. Should
Mm-hmm.
we? What week are we doing the God's Not Dead franchise? You know about
You
that
let me
franchise?
know, baby. I'm down.
All right, that'd be fun. I think there's three of them, which is crazy. Maybe four.
Mm-hmm.
But we Connor, yeah, he finds Cordelia on a table. He finds her body. He like beats up these guys that are like guards, and then
Yeah.
finds her body. And this whole episode we're like leading up to a TV press conference. We haven't really mentioned that, but these people show up and they're like, "Hey, give us some words about Jasmine and stuff." And that's where Jasmine goes on and it's like, "No more suffering." And I thought it sounded
Yeah,
pretty
it's
good.
basically like now we're gonna spread the message of Jasmine beyond like California into the rest of the world.
True, that's true. Sucks she dies. What if someone watching is like, "Wow, I love that," and then they found out she's dead? Like, oh no, seriously, I thought that was the next thing. She says a line here, which Julie Chen, I have to assume, copied. She says, "You don't have to
Love
do
one
anything
another.
except love one another."
I know. I thought of Julie in that moment too.
That was awesome. And then I love the shot of everyone in the lobby. It's like a big wide. It was actually very cool. I don't know really how you do something like this, but it was a big wide shot of the lobby, and then the portal appears, and then Angel
Mm-hmm.
jumps out of the portal, and Angel's just there. And that was really cool to me. But anyway,
He's
um,
got the head of the speaker guy.
yeah, and
And
cuts his little mouth open, and then
yeah.
and everyone sees how ugly she is, and
I
they
think
run
Connor,
away.
by the way, Vincent Kartheiser is really good in that scene in the church. I
I
just wanted
agree.
to mention that. I always remember that scene.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. He's good, Kartheiser.
Yeah.
Um, in the I never mentioned this. There's the episode of what's Nathan Fielder's show, the second show he did.
The rehearsal?
The rehearsal in that episode, they mention Vincent Kartheiser in that show.
Really?
Yeah, they're like there's an actor who like frequents this bar, Vincent Kartheiser or something. It's very
That's
weird.
hilarious.
Yeah, I know. Um, and oh, we get a little talk of remember a long time ago they were like Angel, you don't know if you're on the good side or the bad side in the apocalypse. Remember that whole
Hmm.
storyline? Uh, Jasmine sort of brings that up, but I still don't understand what side he's on. Is this the
But
apocalypse right now?
I don't know.
There's still
But
another season.
Jasmine also says to Angel at one point, like, "You're not. Why are you helping them? You're not even human." And he says, "Working on it," which is a
Mm.
reference to the Shanshu prophecy, which we haven't heard about in a while.
Wow. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. You're right about that. That's a good episode. To Shanshu in LA. And we thought it
That's
meant
right.
to die, but it meant to live.
To live and die.
To live and die. Like
Hmm.
that movie, To Live and Die in LA, the
That's
William
right.
Friedkin film. And then we get to a point where Connor kills Jasmine. He just like punches through her face. It was
Yeah,
crazy. And
crushes her.
yeah, it was nuts. I don't know why he did that. It was seemed pretty sudden.
Well, the original plan for this episode was for Cordelia to wake up and kill Jasmine.
Hmm.
But she
Was
gave
she in
birth.
labor?
Yeah, she gave birth like right before they filmed this episode, and her doctors like wouldn't let her. And so that they ended up having to like rewrite it on the fly.
So who
Mommy
is that?
doesn't.
Is that a dummy? Cordy
No,
dummy?
no, it's her, but they were like, you can lay there. But
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's
Okay.
about it.
That is all she does. That's true.
Yeah.
And we say Connor. Oh, so Angel shows back to the hotel. He says Connor just freaking killed Jasmine. I don't know what the fuck's up with Connor, but now he's evil and he's gonna. And then Lila shows up and finishes his sentence, and she says, "End world peace. You already took care of that. Congratulations." What the
Yeah.
fuck was Lila doing? What the
We'll
hell is
find out
going
next
on?
week, baby.
Seriously, I was like, wait, is that Lila? Like I didn't even put it together at
Her
first. I was
name's in
like
the opening
shocked.
credits, which
Oh, I
annoys
didn't
me.
realize.
And I'm glad you missed it. Yeah.
Yeah, I completely missed that. I don't even know her.
Hmm.
Stephanie Romanov. I don't even think I
Yeah.
would notice that. Yeah,
Okay.
that was awesome. Is she related to Natasha Romanov,
You mean the Black Widow?
the Black Widow?
I don't believe so. I think that's spelled with two F's
I
anyway.
think you're
Romanov.
right too. I really
Yeah.
stretched to get there. In saying it, I was like, that's not right. I hope he doesn't catch that. But you're a nerd. Of course you got it.
Well, I read a lot of comic books, so I've seen it written out a lot.
She's like Natasha. It's like beef stroganoff is like how her name is.
Yes, yes, exactly.
That's pretty funny.
Uh,
What do we go for this one? Three, four? This is a good
for
time. Yeah, yeah.
I like all these fucking apps at this point.
All right. Well, this is Peace Out. I'll go between the Magic Bullet and Sacrifice. I just have a run. I don't know if you all that four, the blue.
Oh,
That's
well, I
just
like
all season four.
that's wild. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want it sort of near.
Last week
Where
you
do I?
had low.
Yeah, I know, I know. I'm not a big fan of Sacrifice. I
You
like
mean
the
to go to
rest
the
of the
one
arc
before
much
that one?
better. Yeah, where do I have the magic bullet?
The Magic Bullet you have at 25 between Orpheus and Calvary.
Orpheus is 24.
That's right.
What's 23?
Habeas corpses. You have a big
Right.
stretch of fours here too. That
Yeah, I
block of
know.
four,
You could put this one. Wait, let me show me that again.
all the blues.
Yeah, you could put this
It's better if I say
between.
it because we have listeners.
All right, all right. You're right. You're right.
You want to
What's
go up?
just read me that run.
Wait, up from habeas corpses.
Yeah.
So here's the four. You have going down: salvage, shiny happy people, habeas corpses, Orpheus, the magic bullet, Calvary. That's your season four run going
Okay.
down.
I think what I want to do is put it between habeas corpses and what was under there?
Orpheus.
Orpheus. Yeah.
So it's gonna be your new 24.
Hmm.
Okay, I like that. Who is the MVP? I think it's got to be Jasmine.
I agree.
Even before I knew she was dying, I was like, she is bringing it this episode. Shoot
Shout
the
out to
LVP.
Gunn. He made a pretty sweet reference to the Twilight Zone episode "To Serve Man." He goes, "This is to serve man all over again."
Oh, that's cool. I don't even
Yeah,
remember him doing much this episode.
he kicked that gate in the prison in the basement.
Don't remember that. I don't
All right,
remember much of Fred either. But I'm
they
not
were
going to give
locked
them the
up for a lot
LVP.
of the episode.
Who's the LVP? Lauren? What's Lauren doing?
How dare you? Lauren's good. He says that's all, folks. At one point,
Oh,
you said that on the main show this week, and I almost made a Lauren reference, but I was like, let me just save it.
good for you. I would have said it. Good for you. I don't know who it is
uh,
then.
I don't know. I'll maybe go with the
Oh, I think I'm going to go the news reporter. I feel like she was kind of
oh
bad.
yeah, and when she was like, she called her by name, like Tracy, you do have a question, and she was like, you
You
know
know
my
my name?
name.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was sort of iffy on her
Kristen
too.
Richardson.
Yeah,
Sorry to you,
I
Tracy.
looked her up actually because she was kind of not good, so I thought maybe she was like a real local news reporter,
Yeah.
and but she wasn't. She's an actress. And here's something else
She
that I
had
found out.
actress energy to me.
Yeah, okay. And here's something else that I found out about her.
What?
She's married to Kevin from the Backstreet Boys.
I think
That's
I
where
said
the
it from The
Richardson,
Office.
you know the name Richardson? Kevin
I don't
Richardson.
know who the fuck that is.
He's one of the main Backstreet
The
Boys.
main what do you mean one of the main ones? Who are not the main
Well,
ones?
I feel like he was the tallest, so he was in the middle a lot when they were
How many are there?
photographed.
4?
Five.
There's 5. Is that the same with NSYNC? Is there always 5?
Yes. Oh, there. Yes. There's usually five boy band members. Backstreet Boys, of course. Kevin, Brian, Nick, AJ, and Howie, and NSYNC. Justin, JC,
Chris.
Chris. Don't tell me.
Oh, sorry.
Uh,
That's all I know.
Lance and Joey Fat One. Okay.
Those guys are all famous. That's crazy. All the NSYNC guys are famous, and none of the Backstreet Boys are famous.
The Backstreets are all famous too.
Not one of them.
Of course they are. Brian
All,
Luttrell,
every
Nick Carter.
NSYNC member is more famous than any back. Nick Carter's kind of. Did he die?
No, his brother Aaron Carter died.
Ooh, sorry. He might be more famous, but that's a testament. NSYNC got to be better.
Backstreet's better. They have more good songs.
Is that true? I'm
Yes.
just talking out of my. I don't really know, so I'm just saying.
I know you weren't around. You weren't around. All right. I lived through the boy band wars.
I know. Bye bye bye.
Yeah,
No,
but
I know the songs. I don't want to.
I want it that way.
No, I know the
That,
songs.
that's better than bye bye bye.
I agree. I agree.
All right. Logan,
Yep. Oh, what's
are we
next?
done? Oh, read
Oh, we had
the
some comments.
comments. Yeah.
Yeah. Josh Merlis says, last week when I said I was in on Angel, I didn't mean that for the first time in the series. I've been really in since Billy. That's a good call. I think
Okay.
around I think immediately I was kind of in on Angel. Like
You got into it fast. I
yeah.
took until the Faith arc in season 1. That's when I get really into Angel.
I really liked that cop character, Kate.
Yeah, you did.
She was really cool. And the scene where they're like at a bar in like the second episode, like hanging out.
Lonely Heart.
Well, that was really good. Yeah.
Written by the same guy that wrote Peace Out.
Wow, he's still around.
David Fury. Of course. He's
Fury.
Yeah.
Last week I just meant that I'd gotten into it in a way that I had recently been missing. Like how I previously said I feel like I'm watching a TV show. Last week, first step, I felt much more like I was engrossed in the Angel world. Yeah, we get it. We know you like Angel. We're not saying you just started liking it or anything.
We kind of did say that.
Yeah, maybe we did. Oh, and about a comment from Laura here. I'll read this before I get into Josh's ones. I don't really have a lot to say. I'm just sad. I still can't believe what happened. And to Xander, of all people, I've not always been the biggest fan of his, but I've really warmed to him over the last 2 seasons. Yeah, she liked that he seemed like a adult of the group of everybody. Yeah. The way he sat in that chair with the eye patch on, I spent the entire episode close to tears. But he'll never have to watch Jaws 3D ever again. You should be happy for him. Right? And he's going to get the parrot. He's making the most out of it.
He's trying to.
Yeah. Willow's crying, though. Drinking seems a terrible decision in this situation, and so does kicking out Buffy. I do agree. Who's drinking?
The girls at
Oh,
the
right.
Bronze.
Of course. I thought, yeah, right.
Faith took a drink away from Amanda at
Amanda.
one point. Yeah.
Yeah, you need 7 Up. You're only 16 or whatever.
Mm.
I do it. And I loved Amanda. She was like, wow, you're awesome. Faith is so awesome. This is the most awesome woman that's ever lived. Faith. I'm like, yeah, we've been saying that for years. Where are you? I do agree, though, that her approach to leadership is problematic. Buffy's just like working them into the ground. She's like Tibbs, the New York Knicks coach.
I also think she's like very
That was a good
elusive.
joke.
Like she's not the kind of leader like you can talk to if you're concerned about something.
You don't think?
She kind of puts herself on a pedestal over yeah, I find her to be like really uh I don't know. I don't know the word I'm looking for. Go ahead.
Stuck up.
Not stuck up, but I go ahead.
Like she's hot shit or whatever. She's the Slayer.
Just sort of untouchable,
Yeah. Yeah, that should be the name of the episode.
unreachable.
Unreachable. Yeah. I just feel like the
There's an episode of Angel
first.
called Untouched.
Yeah, what happened there?
Do you remember there's that sort of telekinetic girl that was living with Lila, and then it turned out that her dad raped her?
Oh yeah, yeah. She seemed like a cool character, and then
Bethany
she was
Shaw.
only on that one episode.
Yep.
That was weird. Yeah, I feel like the first is trying to approach this with a divide and conquer strategy, and then she puts here a bunch of stars. I don't know if that's a curse word that's like blocked out. It's like star, 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 stars, like asterisks. You know,
Huh.
but it's like I don't know what that's meant to be. Connor shares a blood tie with Jasmine too, and he grew up in Kortoth. I wouldn't be surprised if he's been able to see
Oh,
her
I think
real
she was
face.
just making a divide between her Buffy thoughts and her Angel thoughts.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah.
Mhm.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's been able to see her face all along and just isn't phased by it. That was
Well,
what it
yeah,
was,
that
right?
that was established this week. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's used to ugly shit in Kortoth. And then, oh yeah, Josh had these comments here. Buffy first. This episode was pretty great. Lots of good character stuff and the cool shots too. Loved the shot when she entered the school and the lockers were all open with the light coming through from the side.
Hmm.
All right, Josh. I don't really remember that, but sounds cool. The cop fight was pretty awesome, and they justified the cops' behavior by showing them earlier being all out of it. Wasn't that because of like Willow's?
Well, yeah, that was Willow's spell. I don't know that was that there's a connection there.
Was it the same one? Same cop? They were
I
different cops.
don't think so. It wasn't the black guy anyway.
Yeah. If it was, he would have been saying the N word. That was a Christian
No,
Gudegast.
yeah, that's only if Christian Gudegast wrote this
See, that's never
episode.
seen me and you. You would have not said that. You'd have been like, "That was the last episode." No, and I just
Yeah.
say it. I just can't help it. Uh, Otherwise, it would have been too out of the blue. I was actually thinking the ending was really abrupt, the way everyone turned on Buffy. But I also had been wondering why the heroes aren't catching the Hellmouth madness. So maybe that's it. I feel like maybe I just don't understand what that means. They're also going nuts and it's causing them to mutiny. Gotta say, even though I didn't like the potentials at first, it's pretty awesome premise. The first evil has sent harbingers to kill all potential slayers and the line of heroes once and for all. Nice.
I like these just now getting that.
Yeah. And then he says, Angel, did you guys notice that the guardians of the keeper of the word, the guardian of the keeper of the word did exactly 0 guarding? Yeah, he basically like pointed him out. He said, "Hey, that's
He's,
the guy."
he literally showed Angel to the keeper. Josh says it's true.
Oh yeah, he literally showed Angel. Yeah, he said, "I'm not the guy you need to take it up with. Take it up with that guy over there."
Mm.
Okay, so I'm gonna say the odds of Jasmine being really good are back up to like 40%.
I think there's good and there's bad and there's a gray area, and I think Jasmine exists somewhere in there.
I think I honestly got thought she was like a stand-in for like any type of politician. Like they do bad shit, but they say they're gonna do good shit, and you can believe what you want or not, and you just have to sort of close your eyes to the bad stuff. You know, it's gonna
But
happen
it's a cult of
regardless.
personality. She's Trumpier than she is Bideny.
But she wanted like good stuff to happen. She was like, "I want peace and for everyone to be nice." That's not
And
Trump.
worship me.
But no one had, not everyone has to do that. Only if you're in her
Yes,
presence. Just not, don't go near her. Stay in your own world.
they'll always be near her. She can reach them by TV and radio and internet.
Yeah, it's really hard to comprehend. But
Yeah.
anyway,
All right.
that's Angel.
Next week on Buffy's Angels. You ready?
Yeah, are we finishing Angel?
We are. We're starting with Buffy, season 7, episode 20, which is called Touched.
Was there an untouched?
That's Angel.
Oh shit. Was that the one you just brought up?
Yep.
Oh shit. I think we're gonna get her. Bethany Chalk is gonna stop by. That'd be cool. That'd actually be really cool.
That would be a weird move, the third to last episode of the show.
You're totally right.
And we get the season finale of Angel season 4, which is called Home.
Home.
And is written and directed by a returning Tim Minear.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think Lindsay's coming back home to the to Angel.
Okay.
I just know he's gotta come back at some point. And you said that this one is leading up to next season. We
Yeah.
closed the book on Jasmine and now we're setting something up. So I'm gonna guess Lindsay.
Yeah. So that's next week. And then the week after that, we're going to watch the final 2 episodes of Buffy.
Oh my goodness, that is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
We could do a top 25 Buffy episodes.
Sure.
That's what I like too, is about the top 25 things. We don't even have to think about the bad stuff. We can just make a list of like the good stuff and then stop it at 40 and be like, all right, now I just have to whittle this down to 25. You don't have to think about every single episode, you know?
Yeah, fair enough.
I think it's less work on us. It'll make for just as good a podcast, I think. But I think we need to start doing that. Less work for us.
I would love that.
We just watched 2 Den of Thieves and this, and we've
I
been
have to watch
recording
fucking
for
Green Book today.
exactly. We could have watched it days ago. You knew we were doing this.
Yeah, I
You
know, but I like
decided
to
to.
watch. I've always done this since I started the
I do it
podcast,
too.
and it's not out of laziness. It's just so the shit's fresh in my mind when I
I'm the
talk
same
about
way.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. But I do watch the survivors. Like I'll watch one episode here, an episode a couple days later, an episode like the day
That I
before.
really should do because it's multiple,
Well, I've seen them before, so it's easier for me to remember.
Yeah, true.
But,
All right, L Dog. It's been great podcasting with you for 2.5 hours. I'm gonna go live my motherfucking
likewise.
life. Okay.
All right.
Everybody out there, blood is delicious. Executive producer Joss Whedon.
Love one another.
That's all, folks.